Hello, I'm Farhana and welcome to my channel. So I'm an MSc Business Analytics student at HKU, and this channel is all about student life, travel adventures, and a bit of self-growth, basically my journey as I figure things out. So if it's something that interests you, do subscribe to my channel. And today I wanted to welcome you all in Cantonese and Mandarin because I'm currently learning it. So the pronunciation might not be the best, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So I'll start with Cantonese and then go for Mandarin. 大家好，我係 Farhana，歡迎來到我嘅頻道。今日我哋去澳門一遊。Now Chinese， 大家好，我是 Farhana，歡迎來到我的頻道。這是我們要去澳門一遊。So yeah, we're going on a one-day trip to Macau. So the place you're gonna see right now is the Fisherman's Wharf. So this is about 5 minutes away from the Macau ferry terminal. So because I'm in Hong Kong, I took the 1-hour ferry. So you can either book the ferry tickets online from the Turbojet's website or directly head to the Turbojet office in Sheung Wan, right where the ferries depart from the Hong Kong Macau ferry terminal. So the tickets are about 170 HKD, like for the round trip, and the ferries run from 7 to 11. So you've got the flexibility on when to go and when to come back. So I got an early morning ferry and landed in Macau by 8:30 and was back by evening because I had classes the next day. So this is a one-day itinerary, but you could totally make it a weekend if you want to stay over. And yeah, as I said, this is a Fisherman's Wharf. So about 50 years ago, this was all sea and Macau reclaimed the land to build this quirky waterfront spot. But here's the thing, I went in the morning and as you can see, most of the shops, restaurants and buildings were all closed. So it was kind of a bad planning on my part. So when you go, plan to hit this later in the day because it's way livelier in the evening with open shops and light shows. And do exchange some cash for Hong Kong dollars or Macau batakas because cards do work in like big shopping malls and casinos, but street vendors will need cash. Now, a little about Macau is that Macau is famously called the Las Vegas of Asia because it's the only place in China where gambling is legal. So you'll find like massive casinos here. And Macau was also a Portuguese colony for over 400 years. And today it's a cultural blend of East and West. So there are like ancient Chinese temples, pastel Portuguese buildings, and churches all in one city. So the mix of history and entertainment is what makes Macau so unique. And after this place, we went to the Kunlun statue or Guanyin statue. I think it's also called as a Lady Buddha. So it's a 20-meter bronze statue of the Buddhist goddess of mercy, standing on a lotus pedestal by the waterfront, which was built in 1999. Again, they have a center inside, which was closed at the time we went. So again, a bad planning that we had there. So yeah. Plan to come after 10 o'clock here. So as we moved on, we passed the Grand Lisboa, Macau's iconic lotus-shaped casino built by Stanley Ho. So that is what you're seeing right now. So Stanley Ho was the king of Macau's gambling scene. So it's a golden green glowing building. So we were going to the Macau Tower, which is the tallest structure in Macau, and it's about 338 meters. So we just stopped there for photos and the skyline shots are really good. So you don't have to go up. Like the observation deck does have some cost, I'm not sure of. But you can get the same pictures in a different place. That is the next spot, which is the Penha Church or the Chapel of Our Lady of Penha on Penha Hill. So this was built in 1622 and it's a whitewashed church. And it has a stunning harbor view with the Macau Tower, Golden Lisboa, and everything you need. So it's free and the hilltop calm was perfect. So instead of going on the tower, you can get the same view here for free. And our next stop was Ama Temple. So this was Macau's oldest site, built in 1488. And it's over 500 years old. And the temple honors the Chinese sea goddess Mazu or Mazu. And also, the temple was well described in ancient Chinese texts as well as represented in paintings related to Macau and it's also one of the first scenes photographed in Macau. So in 2005, the temple became one of the designated sites of the historic center of Macau, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the temple consists of 6 main parts: the Gate Pavilion, the Memorial Arc, the Prayer Hall, the Hall of Benevolence, the Hall of Guanyin, and the Buddhist Pavilion. And also the main religion in Macau is represented predominantly by Buddhism and Chinese folk religions. However, during the period in which the city was under Portuguese rule, the Catholic Church, like the Catholics, became one of the dominant faiths, but nowadays it has greatly declined. So there are like several temples in Macau that worship the goddess Ama, which is also known as Mazu. But this temple is the one that inspired the city's name. So Macau got its name due to a misunderstanding connected to the Ama temple. So when the Portuguese traders arrived at the peninsula, they wondered what the name of that land was. So the local Fijianese people mistook it for a question about the nearby temple, to which they replied Amagao, like a bay of Ama. So unfamiliar with the sounds of a foreign language, the Portuguese interpreted it into a word more comfortable to pronounce Macau. So not only is Ama Temple the oldest temple in Macau, but it is also one of Macau's oldest buildings. So nearby I checked out few shops, grabbed a bubble milk tea, bought few souvenirs, and like it was a really pretty place. Like there were like colorful Portuguese buildings, and it would be good if you come here early. And another tip that I would like to give you is that although this souvenir shop looks really pretty, and I did buy a lot of my souvenirs from here, I think it would be better if you buy it from Senado Square because it's a lot cheaper than this shop. But you cannot find all of them. Like some of them I did not find it in the Senado Square shops or the vendors. But yeah, I think that's my personal opinion. So our next stop is the Senado Square and the St. Dominic's Church. So while you go there, you will see the Golden Lisboa again. So you can either go in, click a few pictures from outside, anything you like, and then go to the Senado Square and the St. Dominic's Church. So the Senado Square is the heart of Macau's UNESCO World Heritage Zone. And it has like a grand fountain, pastel Portuguese buildings again, and the crowds of tourists and street artists. And right off the square is the St. Dominic's Church, which is a late 16th century Baroque style church that serves within the cathedral parish of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Macau. So it was finished in 1587 and overseen by 3 Spanish Dominican priests who arrived from Mexico. So that's a little about the history of the St. Dominic's Church, and also it is one of the classified immovable properties of Macau. So it is one of the 29 sites forming the historic center of Macau, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And after this, we went to the ruins of St. Paul's and the Macau Museum. Now, the ruins of St. Paul's are the remnants of a 17th century Catholic religious complex in Santo Antonio, Macau. So they include what was originally St. Paul's College and Church of St. Paul. Now today the ruins are one of Macau's best known landmarks and were named one of the 7 wonders of Portuguese origin in the world by the Portuguese government in 2010. Now the one you're seeing right now is the Museum of Sacred Art and Crypt. So it's a public museum in Santo Antonio, and the museum was constructed at the former site of the College of the Mother of God and Church of St. Paul, and it was inaugurated on 23rd October 1996, and the museum exhibits objects of high historical and artistic value from different churches and convents of Macau. So after seeing this museum, we went to the Macau Museum. So the Macau Museum is on top of the hill, whereas the Museum of Sacred Art and Crypt is below. So we took almost 2 hours to complete both of the museums and the fortress. So to reach the Macau Museum, you will have to climb the whole hill, and it would be great if you carry water bottles and snacks if you want. So the Macau Museum is a public museum again, which is on the hill of the Santo Antonio. So planning for the museum started in April 1995 and its construction began in September 1996, and the museum was inaugurated on 18 April 1998, and the total size is about 2,800 meters square, with around 2,100 meters square of exhibition space. So in Macau Museum, you get free Wi-Fi, and there are like 3 floors of Macau's story, like the ancient villages, Portuguese trade, the 1999 handover, and everything you really want to know about Macau. So in the museum, there are like a lot of stories that I will have to explain, so I'm not gonna do that. So I'll see you after the museum part, or you can just skip to the next, that is the Cotai Strip, or the Venetian Londoner and the Parisian Macau. So after seeing the Macau Museum, you can take the free casino shuttle buses from the historic center to the Cotai Strip, which is about like 20 minutes of ride, and you don't have to pay for it. So they stop at the Taipa village and then go to either Venetian, Parisian or the Londoner. And all of these are located in the Cotai Strip. So the Cotai Strip was a term coined by the American company Las Vegas Sands Corporation. And it is also mostly known for its hotel casinos in the central portion of Cotai, the Macau. So they have like the Cotai Strip, the Venetian Macau, Galaxy Macau, City of Dreams, and the Londoner Macau. So the Venetian Macau is the largest casino at over 500,000 square feet. And there are like free entry for 21 plus adults, and they do check your passports. But you cannot take any photos or videos inside. However, you can still have the free drinks and Wi-Fi, like even if you're not gambling or playing games there. So yeah, it was good to be there. In each of these places, there are like different features. So in the Venetian Macau, they have like casinos, hotels, suites, the Venetian Theatre, and the Shoppies. And in the Plaza Macau, you can find the Four Seasons, like the grand suites of Four Seasons. Then in the Galaxy Macau, you can find the Casino Galaxy Hotel and also the promenade shops. In City of Dreams, you can find the Dancing Water Theatre. Then in the Londoner Macau, you can find the Londoner Hotel, including the suites by David Beckham, and Himalaya Casino, Pacifica Casino. Then Shoppies again, and in the Studio City Macau, you can find the Batman Dark Flight, then Legend Heroes Park, the Bollywood at Studio City, and again casinos. Then in the Parisian Macau, you can find the Parisian Hotel, the Macau Eiffel Tower, and the Shoppies. So there are like more to this place. So whatever places you want to visit and see, do make a plan for it, because you cannot cover all of it, and most of them are like similar to each other, but try to cover mostly the Londoner, Parisian, and the Venetian. And also all of them are linked, so you don't really have to go outside unless you want to. Some tips that I can give you, like especially for students, are that to make it budget friendly. First thing about the visa, I think most of them get 30 days free visa. And for transport, try using the free casino shuttle buses. Then casinos, you can enter if you're 21 plus. And also, it's not budget friendly if you play, but if you go in there and use the Wi-Fi or free drinks, that is absolutely fine. Then the budget should be under 300 to max 500 HKD if you're buying a little souvenirs or any kind of food. And then the Wi-Fi is free in Macau Museum and casinos, so you don't really have to buy a SIM if you're going for a day, because you can use the free Wi-Fi in. Now to sum up, I'd say Macau was so nice. Like, it was a place where I wanted my family and friends to see as well. Like, it's just a place that will just stay with you for a long time. Overall, I would say Macau is a very nice place and very convenient to visit. So if you like the video, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and share it to your friends who wants to go to Macau, or just wants to see how Macau is. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye bye.